What's up guys, I'm Allie, this is Treat Yourself, and today I'm going to be filming my July book haul. So I kind of have two different things that I did. I went home for a couple of weeks and we had like our wedding reception. It was super fun, but we went to the dollar bookstore, which I have been missing dearly. So I kind of went a little bit crazy, even though it was only like $15 to get all of these books. So it was super awesome. And then I actually won 2 books for Bookopoly in my book club. So I'm just gonna start with those 2 and then get on to all of the books that I actually paid for at the Dollar Book Shuffle. And they had such a great selection because they're like really back ordered and not a lot of people have been coming in with COVID and stuff. So I got super lucky and I'm so excited to show you what I got for this book haul. So let's get to it. Okay, so the very first book that I won for Bookopoly was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't have it with me right now because we're in the process of moving. That's why there's like a billion things in the background. So this is basically a historical fiction novel about a 70s rock and roll group, and I think they end up like breaking up in like 1979 or something, and everybody's wondering why they broke up. And this just kind of gives a glimpse into the different dynamics of the band, how, you know, Daisy Jones and the Six came to be, and how they broke up. So I think it's gonna be really awesome. I've heard like amazing reviews from Taylor Jenkins Reid, like about her, and so this will be my first book from her, so I'm super excited. And then the next one that I won was called Verity by Colleen Hoover, and I have never read Colleen Hoover before, but she is apparently very like astounding romance writer. So this is actually kind of more my wheelhouse. The perks of living near an Air Force base. So I don't really like romance books, but this is like a romantic thriller. It's like the first kind of spooky romance that she's put out, and it's basically about this man's wife named Verity. She is sick and she is too sick to like write the rest of her book, and she's very widely acclaimed and stuff. And so this girl named Lowen, she goes to the home and like goes to finish this book, and I think she ends up like falling in love with the husband or something, and ends up kind of opening up like all of Verity's secrets, and there are kind of some heavy secrets that she's like, oh, I don't even know if her husband would even love her after knowing all this stuff. So that's basically all I know about this. I'm really excited to read it and see kind of how Colleen Hoover writes and everything, but I just thought this was a very good book from her to start off with, since I don't really like the very romantic, gushy, mushy kind of book. And then now I'm going on to the actual book haul that I purchased at the Dollar Book Shuffle. The first one is, of course, by my girl Agatha Christie. This one is called Elephants Can Remember. So it's like a story within a story thing. It's about this writer, and she actually witnesses a crime. Like, she's a mystery writer, but she actually witnesses this crime. I think it's like a murder of 2 people or something, like 2 of her friends. And so it's basically just an in-depth investigation on the murders that took place, and it's from Hercule, which like Agatha Christie really loves putting him in things. He's the detective, so I think this is going to be an awesome book like all of her other works. And then the next one, I literally just went to see if they had any Lisa Gardner books, and they did. They had The Killing Hour, and this I think is basically just about these 2 girls who have disappeared and like gone missing and stuff. And so it's basically, you know, the FBI is looking for these 2 girls, looking for the possible abductor or killer or whatever of these girls. And it always follows the Quincy family. They're like 2 FBI agent slash profilers, and all of the other books that I've read from her have followed them too, like their family dynamic and them trying to solve the cases. So I think it's going to be a really awesome one. She writes very well, and she always has twists and turns that you're literally just not even expecting. And then the next one I got was called Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Gillian Flynn is such a great writer. She's from Gone Girl. I think I read Dark Places by her as well. And I really just heard great things about this. I heard that it has some trigger warnings about like cutting and stuff like that. So if you cannot handle that, I would not recommend reading this book. Maybe just one of her other ones, like Gone Girl doesn't have as many trigger warnings, I don't think. But it's basically about this reporter, and she has just actually come out of like a psych hospital, and she is forced to like go back to her hometown and look into the murders of these two preteen girls. And so it's kind of about her reconnecting with her family, which I think there's some drama there, and then it's also about her like trying to literally get her mental health where it needs to be while also reporting on these murders. And then I got The Pleasing Hour by Lily King. I literally don't even know what this book is about. I literally just got it because I wanted one of Lily King's books. I just went to the K's and was like, okay, they have 2 of Lily King's, let me get this one. And the reason why I got this one instead of the other one, I don't remember what the other one was that they had, was this is her first novel. It's basically, she is really good about writing about like women finding their places in a new country kind of thing. It's about this girl named Rosie, and she takes a job in Paris after like a tragic thing happens to her, and that's kind of Lily King's style. Like she always has something tragic or like a death or something that a woman is trying to get over while she's also trying to discover herself and like falls in love and all this other stuff. So she's really awesome writer. I love her writing style. It doesn't even really matter what the like plot of the story is about as long as it's Lily King. She's so good. Then I got 3 Cups of Tea, and I heard that this book is really awesome. It's by Greg Mortensen and David Oliver Rellin, and I'm pretty sure Greg, in 1993, he went to Pakistan and started up all these schools for girls because, you know, they don't value education like we value education, and it's basically just his telling of this. And the 3 Cups of Teas, it says, here in Pakistan and Afghanistan, we drink 3 cups of teas to do business. The first, you are a stranger. The second, you become a friend. And the third, you join our family. And for our family, we're prepared to do anything, even die. So I think it's just a telling of him, you know, befriending all of these people in Pakistan and also dealing with the Taliban aftermath and how they have really destroyed a country with their evil stuff. And then the next one, I literally just went to Karen Slaughter section. I just wanted to see if they had anything by her. And this was the only one that they had by her, and it's called Faithless. I also don't really know what it's about. I think it's just about a victim was buried alive in the Georgia woods and then killed in a horrifying fashion. This really sounds like a Karen Slaughter book, honestly, because she lives up to her last name, like I said in one of my last videos. And the really cool thing is she always puts her like story plot lines and stuff, like, you know how Nicholas Sparks does North Carolina, she always does Georgia, and I live, you know, near the border of Georgia and South Carolina, so I think that's really awesome, and I can really relate to some of the things that she talks about in here and in her other books. So I'm really excited to read this book because her writing style is amazing. She's by far one of my top authors of 2020. And the next one, I got kind of a semi-classic one called White Oleander by Jeanette Finch. I think that this is about a woman who's a poet, and she's like in prison for a murder or something, and it follows her daughter's life actually, because her daughter goes through foster homes and really has to kind of make her way through LA foster homes, which I'm sure are a little bit brutal, and it's just kind of about her self-discovery and self-journey of going through all these foster homes while also dealing with the loss of her mother being in prison. So this actually published in 1999, year I was born, so I'm really excited to read kind of a semi-classic. It's very renowned and a national bestseller and all that stuff, so I am really excited to get into this one as well. And then the next one is Endless Love by Scott Spencer. I literally love this movie so much. I did not know that it was literally first published in 1979. I did not know that this story was that old. And basically, if you haven't watched the movie Endless Love, it is about this guy named David and his like love interest Jade, and Jade is from a very like renowned family and David is not, so it's kind of like the clashings of the classes and stuff like that, and like the dad does not like David at all, and it also kind of just opens up some family secrets and lots of drama, romance, all that stuff. So I cannot wait to read this book. I literally love the movie so much. Next one that I got, they literally had The Goldfish by Donna Tartt. I'm so excited about this. I know that this is an Amazon Prime movie now, and it's a very popular book. It is a winner of the Pulitzer Prize, so just kudos to Donna. But anyways, it's about this 13-year-old guy named Theo. He's from New York, and his mom dies in a tragic accident that he actually should have died in as well, but he survives. And so it's basically his telling his experience of going to like a wealthy family, like staying with a wealthy family, and how he is like exposed to all of these new things in life. And it's also about like a painting of a goldfinch, so that's hence the name, you know. Next one, this literally just looked interesting. It's called Burning Down the House by Jane Mendelsohn. I really don't know what it's about. It just looks pretty interesting. I think it's about just like a family drama dynamic about two like daughters or something. I'm not even really sure. But it looked really interesting. I really judged this book by its cover, honestly. And I think that it's going to be a good read about just like a family drama. I think it has some like human trafficking in there and like world issues. So I'm really interested to see what this one's about. And they had Searching for Sylvie Lee by Jean Kwok. And this is, it kind of touches on some Chinese immigration. It's about a Chinese immigrant family, and the daughter Sylvie, I think she's the oldest daughter, she goes to like live with her family in China and disappears actually. And it's just kind of a telling about that and like her younger sister trying to find her, and so hence the name Searching for Sylvie Lee. But anyways, so I think that it touches on immigration, and it's like on Hoopla and Libby and all that stuff. It's a pretty popular read, so I think I'm gonna like it, and I was really excited to buy it for only $1. And I got The Breakdown by B.A. Paris. She is kind of renowned and like known for Behind Closed Doors, her previous novel, but I got this one just because it was $1, so why not? And I think it's also a kind of domestic thriller about this girl who sees this murder happen or something. I think she finds like a dead woman in her car, and then she starts like forgetting stuff after seeing that, and the only thing that she actually trusts in is like this happened. I heard B.A. Paris was like an awesome thriller novelist, so I'm super excited to read that as well. I got The 12 Lives of Samuel Hawley by Hannah Tinty, and I didn't really know if I was going to buy this just because I didn't really know what it was about. It's like more looking into it, it's like about a father-daughter relationship and how the father's like keeping these secrets, and he has 12 bullet holes in him from like when he used to be a criminal, like a career criminal kind of thing. And it's also about, you know, his relationship with his daughter, and the daughter starts trying to find her mother because he like literally does not want to talk about her mother at all. So it's just kind of like, you know, the typical I want to find my other parent because my other parent, or my one parent, doesn't tell me about the other one that I've never met. So I think that it'll be interesting. And this cover is so beautiful, like, oh my goodness, it's so colorful. The very last find that I'm so excited about is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I'm so excited to finally get to read this book because I literally hear about it all the time. I've seen the movie, even though the movie confused the heck out of me, but I'm super excited to read it because I heard the book is like 1,000 times better. It's about this woman who takes this train every day, and she kind of sees this house and this couple, and like she has like names for them, kind of acts like she actually knows them even though she doesn't, but she sees them on her commute every day, so she kind of feels like she's part of the fam a little bit. And then she like one day sees something happen with this couple while on this train. She doesn't know if it's real, it's all trippy, you know, all that stuff. I've seen the movie. I don't really know if the book is as accurate to the movie or not, so I'm really excited to read this thriller because I think it's going to be great, and a lot of people have great things to say about it, so I'm so excited to read this book. And that is all the books that I got. I'm so excited that I got all of these very popular authors, very popular books, all that stuff. So I'm super excited, and let me know in the comments below if you got any books this month that you're super excited to read, and which one should I start reading first, because these are a lot of books and I don't know which one. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one.